Magnetar Flares. Magnetars are neutron stars with magnetic fields so powerful they can literally affect matter from enormous distances. To understand the scale, a magnetar is only about 20 kilometers wide, roughly the size of a city, yet it contains more mass than the sun. If one replaced our sun, its magnetic field could strip the iron from your blood from halfway to the moon. Every once in a while, these objects release giant flares so powerful they briefly outshine the entire Milky Way galaxy. In 2004, a magnetar flare from 50,000 light-years away hit Earth hard enough to measurably disturb our atmosphere, and that was from the other side of the galaxy. If one erupted within a few thousand light-years of Earth, it could tear away the ozone layer like paint being blasted off a wall. The terrifying part is that we would get absolutely no warning. Rogue black holes. Most black holes stay near the centers of galaxies, locked in orbit around billions of stars. But some get violently ejected during galaxy collisions and go drifting through space completely alone. These rogue black holes emit no light at all. A giant invisible object could theoretically move through part of our galactic neighborhood without anyone noticing. We would not see the black hole itself. Instead, astronomers would notice stars slowly drifting in strange directions over decades, almost like something invisible was pulling on them. By the time scientists confirmed what was happening, the object could already be deep inside the solar system. Some rogue black hole candidates have already been discovered. One appears to be racing through space while dragging behind a massive trail of newborn stars. Imagine an invisible predator moving through the galaxy, only visible by the damage it leaves behind. Solar superflares. Our sun regularly produces solar flares, giant eruptions of radiation that sometimes damage satellites and disrupt communications. But astronomers studying stars nearly identical to the sun have discovered something much worse: superflares. These eruptions can release thousands of times more energy than anything recorded in human history. The largest solar storm ever observed on Earth was the Carrington event in 1859, which overloaded telegraph systems and even caused fires inside telegraph stations. A true superflare would make that look tiny. The entire day side of Earth would suddenly be blasted with intense radiation and X-rays. Satellites would fail almost instantly. Power grids across entire continents could physically burn out. Transformers would melt faster than countries could replace them. Modern civilization depends on electronics, GPS, internet cables, and electrical infrastructure. And the worst part is that stars almost identical to our sun have already been seen producing these superflares, ultra-high energy cosmic rays. Somewhere in the universe, unknown objects are accelerating particles to energies so extreme they barely make sense. Scientists nicknamed the most famous example the "oh my god" particle. It was a single proton carrying roughly the same kinetic energy as a baseball thrown at 60 miles per hour. The problem is that all of that energy was packed into one subatomic particle smaller than an atom. It traveled at 99.9% the speed of light. When particles like this hit Earth's atmosphere, they explode into massive particle showers containing billions of secondary particles spreading across hundreds of square kilometers. You could theoretically walk through one without ever noticing. To detect them, scientists built giant detector arrays stretching across entire plains. What makes these particles even stranger is that they appear to come from outside the Milky Way. Something out there is launching them with absurd amounts of energy, but we still do not know exactly what the source is. Hypernova. Some stars are so massive that a normal supernova is not powerful enough to describe what happens when they die. These stars go hypernova. Imagine a blue-white star more than 30 times the mass of the sun burning through its fuel at terrifying speed. When the core collapses, it happens in less than a second. A black hole forms in the center, while enormous shock waves blast outward through the star's outer layers at a significant fraction of the speed of light. The explosion becomes so violent that it forges some of the heaviest elements in existence: gold, platinum, uranium. Even the iodine inside your body was created in events like these billions of years ago. The jewelry people wear today was once trapped inside exploding stars. After the explosion fades, all that remains is a black hole surrounded by an expanding cloud of newly created atoms drifting through space. Gamma ray bursts. Gamma-ray bursts are the most violent explosions ever discovered in the observable universe. When certain massive stars collapse into black holes, they fire gigantic jets of energy from their poles, moving at nearly the speed of light. The short bursts last less than 2 seconds, but the long ones can continue for minutes while focusing unimaginable amounts of energy into narrow beams stretching across space like cosmic lasers. If Earth happened to be inside one of those beams from only a few thousand light years away, the atmosphere would be devastated almost instantly. The ozone layer could collapse. Ultraviolet radiation from the sun would flood the surface. Entire ecosystems could die within a relatively short time. Some scientists believe this may have already happened once before. Around 450 million years ago, Earth experienced the Ordovician extinction, which wiped out roughly 85% of all species alive at the time. One possible explanation is that our planet was hit by a gamma-ray burst, which means the deadliest event in the universe may have already happened to Earth once before. If you watched till the end, consider subscribing my channel. That would help me a lot. Thanks.